Backdrop. What's going on here? Hey, babe, how come this is different? Oh, I know why. There we go. Man, I'm messing up. Anyway, it's your boy Hakim Green, Channel Live and Direct. BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark madism. And, speaking of madism, about to roll something up. Get it right in this piece. You know what I mean? It's a big week for me this week. This past week. Very big week. We bring the brother in. What up, bro?
What's going on? Just trying to take care of one thing, but I'm all good.
You all right? You sure?
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah, okay. Oh man, I'm not good. Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Talk to the people.
Well, welcome to the show. This is show number 39. On the way to show 40 of IZM Sports. We appreciate all your support over the past 39, 38 episodes. We got a special, all our shows are special, but we try to keep it 100% real out here in terms of the sports world. And we keep it respectful, as always, with our critiquing of our favorite athletes. So we appreciate your support.
Yeah. I got to roll up. Wouldn't quite be the Madism show if I wasn't smoking Madism.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, got a chance to perform Madism at this past Versus with the Blast Master, the teacher, KRS-One, in his battle against Big Daddy Kane. And we talked about it last week. Hopefully KG pops in and we can talk about it this week a little bit, But
no doubt it was a good performance.
Well, thank you, but I was weedless up there. I was up there with no weed. Madism, come on. I had this whole plan, Wes. I was going to have me a big fatty. And when it went down, I was going to light up and head down the joint. But I was in the back in the dressing room with Das Effect, Chi Ali, Grandmaster Kaz, Busy B, some members of the Rocksteady crew, Buckshot Shorty, Junior Mafia, big shout out to Clep. It was like an all-star thing going on backstage. And I fanned out and forgot to roll up a joint.
Oh, man.
I'm on the side of the stage like, shit, I ain't rolled nothing up. But, you now I'm in the arenas. You got to do it on the low. You got to, have it prepared.
Oh,
so
yeah.
when you get into motion, they can't stop you.
Yeah.
And by the time I realized where I was at, I was standing stage side with security all in my grill. So I couldn't pull out the weed and get it in like I wanted to.
Couldn't get your expertism or lyricism.
Well, the lyricism was there, but
But the soul couldn't take you over like it was hypnotism.
You're right. bars. See?
Yeah.
We find out Wesby over there putting rhymes down in a notepad.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, this is episode 39, man. We almost 40 in the joint.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we getting it in. I love it. I love the way it's going down. And we got a lot to talk about this week. There's a lot happening in the world of sports. We got the NFL is in the mix. You got Major League Baseball we got to talk about. NBA started Monday? No, Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yep.
Tuesday. Yeah. So, man, we got a lot to talk about. But before we get into it, you know how we like to do. And this week, we have a new video. We have a new visual from your man, Hakim Green, featuring KRS-One. This joint is called The Cypher. And big shout out to Ron Lawrence, who produced it. Big shout out to Domingo, who did the mix. Big shout out to Naru, who helped out with the video. Rich, nice flicks. And yeah, I got it teed up. So we're going to hop into that and invite people to the building. This is The Cipher by Hakim Green. It's called The Cipher. Hey, yo, what is a cipher? What's it called? It's called The Cipher. Yo, it's called The Cipher. We can build a cipher. The cipher is a circle with all points connected. Where you get your boogie off and the weak get disrespected. The cipher is so sacred, it takes place on hollow ground. B-boys seek the battle on a mission to follow sound. Beatbox DJ banging on the table is the way we settle beef since the days of Cain and Abel. Ask Pop Master Fable, the jams at DMC with DJs battle for world supremacy. The cipher's not always round, but always on the square. Breakers be on the ground, but I'm gonna put the weed in the air. The cipher's like the wheels of steel and scratch, it makes me itch. I get hyper with the lyrical skills when the DJ catch my pitch. When the fader's being switched, everything live in the mix, but still off the cut like I wear it on my wrist.
What is a cipher? What is a cipher? The cipher, the cryptic writer, the mind igniter. I'm a rhymer designer, a line after line of rhymer. See, I'm an 80s rhymer, the crazy kind of you can't phase me rhymer. I write raw shit like I'm writing on baby diapers. I blaze these ciphers with basic shit. Savage, I'm one that kill for 8 type shit. Hit after hit, all classics, spit in the grit. You talk that hickory dick, you getting lickety split. This what you get, you ain't taking nothing from me. The goat that steps to KRS is the goat that's getting curried. Brain matter, I'm the original face slapper. It's been so many years, you must have forgot we used to chase rappers. Now I'm bust on these nappy-headed hoes, I must. You ain't bad boy, talk big, get your eye popped. That fake shit's not us, you know how fresh Chris is. Career killer, I write death sentences. Hey, 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 yo, what is a cipher? Hey, hey, yo, what is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
Time is of the essence, every breath another second. I'm down by martial law, fighting through the game like Tekken. I ain't got no weapon when I camel walk like Johnny. Ringing bells when I rock the mic is poison like I'm Ronnie. Bob and weave through the dish and pull off in the new edition. Rapping is fundamental, whack MCs be steady riffing. I just stay in my lane when I'm on a scout like Kiffin. Looking for volunteers when there's a drought, I'm in the kitchen. Cooking up some special treats, not talking trout when I'm fishing. I cruise through a hunt with heavy clout when I'm on a mission. I'm special with the verse, every line in education. While I wrestle with the verse, I rhyme in meditation. Standing on one leg, balanced on a lotus, but still packed an eye for judgmental niggas who ain't the SCOTUS. You can roll with this when you done past the lighter. Rhymes going counterclockwise around the cipher.
What is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
Yeah, that's The Cipher by your man Hakim Green, featuring the Blast Master KRS 111. Hoo-ha! No doubt. That's how we doing it. Yeah, big shout out to everybody that was involved in that joint. Naru for the visuals, nice flicks. We got Domingo on the mix, Ron Lawrence on the production. Hey, what's up, Ma? Hey, Ma. Big shout out to Ma. You know, so that's how we doing it. That's The Cipher. And check in with it. Check in with me. Go stream that on one of your favorite streaming platforms and give your boy some love. Download it and get some money. That's what it really is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Wes, it's week 39 on Madison Sports. We got some sports to talk about.
Yes, sir, we do.
Let me see what the schedule's looking like. You know, we got the Major League Baseball playoff update.
Well, we got those boys from H-Town put it on the boys from Boston, and the H-Town fellas, aka the Drummer Boys, Drumline, they one game away from the World Series, and we got the LA Dodgers are one game away from being eliminated. Atlanta's up 3-1, and it doesn't look good for the LA Dodgers this year.
Yeah,
it looks kind of bleak, but it's still baseball. You're only as good as your starting pitcher, so momentum can shift quickly in any series. Yeah, so that's where we are with that. But it looks like it's going to be Houston and Atlanta in the World Series.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yep,
it's crazy.
Southeast in effect.
Yeah, Southeast, Southwest, right?
Yep.
I gotta apologize to the audience out there. I haven't really been able to lock in with Major League Baseball. It's not really high on my pecking order. I know I gotta make time to really follow along, and I should have more to add, but I don't.
That's what me and Spliffington are for, brother.
There it is. But Spliffington's on his way to Vegas.
Yes.
So that in-depth Major League Baseball conversation. What's not going to be that in depth this week?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm an Astro hater, but I'm very consistent in my support of the black man, and Dusty Baker is the manager. So if I had to pick my poison, it would be between Dusty Baker and Dave Roberts. But since Dave Roberts is going home in LA, Dusty's the only one left. So I'm always gonna root for the brother to and Dusty's kind of a historical icon. I mean, this is his fourth team that he's gotten to the World Series, or
if he gets there,
if he gets there. So he's close to 2,000 wins as a manager. A lot of people don't talk about that. So, and the reality was he was the only man that could take this job that day. That was offered to him in Houston. Nobody else would have wanted that job.
Well, explain why. What was the pretext for the Dusty Baker hire?
Everybody knows they cheated, and Dusty took the bull by the horns and acted as if he was the manager when it happened. So he deflected everything and took all the heat for the players. And as those players hid in their cowardly ways, a lot of those players, they didn't have to suffer any consequences. They just kind of hid behind Dusty, and Dusty let that happen. And he empowered them and switched the narrative to us against the world. And he's used to being up against the wall, so he kind of put his imprint on them and gave them their mojo back. That's just real talk. And not many managers could have did what he did.
Yeah, you're right, and it's not really being talked about like that.
Not at all, not even close. And I think the saddest part about it is out here, management is looking to get rid of Dusty. So it just goes to show you that when you don't tote the line, especially in Houston, you get shown the door.
But I was under the impression that winning kind of solved everything. As long
no, they even with the winning, they still don't see eye to eye, because again, Dusty's not a yes man. He's his own guy, and he's a good communicator with his players, and he's old school baseball. That's what I love about him.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. So go Astros, go Houston. We rooting for the brother.
Yeah, we rooting for Dusty.
Root for Dusty. Okay, that's what we at with Major League Baseball.
Yep.
We know what it is. Moving right along. NFL Week 6 recap.
Yeah. I mean, where you wanna start? I always like for KG to be on the line so we can talk about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He's not on the line.
So you want to hold off on that and talk about something else?
Oh no, we can still talk. I mean, he gonna pop in. We can always recap and tell him what we were, but we can start with the game of the week, which was Baltimore and the Chargers, right? and Baltimore kind of ran up the Chargers back, if I recall, 34-6. So the Herbert had his probably worst game this year, and Lamar Jackson continues to shine, even though he didn't really have a great game. I would say
he got the win.
He got the win, and Baltimore got the win, and pretty much it was ugly because their coach has been known for going for it on fourth down. So he did it twice, and Baltimore stopped him twice. The first time it was at midfield, so nobody was really complaining about that. But the second time he pulled the old Tecmo Bowl, fourth down and 3 on his own 19-yard line, and he got stopped on his own 19-yard line. So it was a bad look to see that in the first half. So
yeah, that takes some balls to go.
Yeah, it's a little bit the analytics part of it.
On your own 19-yard line.
Yeah. He said the analytics say that they can get 3 yards. I was like, okay. So
that's how we coach in football.
That's how we coach in football now.
We're not gonna just do what's like,
smart. We're not gonna be smart.
We're not gonna smart. We're gonna play the numbers.
Yeah, we playing the numbers. So they got cracked. The other good game was Arizona and Cleveland, the battle of the Oklahoma quarterbacks, and Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray put it on him.
Kyler Murray put it all over him. Baker Mayfield is he's an average quarterback, and that has a lot of commercials. He's an average quarterback with a lot of commercials. He got some moxie, but he's not as good as his mind thinks he's better than his skill set. Just put it that way. Yeah.
Now he was kind of propped up in it coming in as a rookie.
Oh yeah, always
coming out of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He was propped up, and salute to Cleveland. They actually put a solid team around him.
Yeah.
He has a solid team. But there's always been question marks about, was he that guy? He's been given chance after chance after chance. He hasn't really solved that riddle. Do you think this last game was the nail in the coffin?
Well, I think the last game, I'm gonna be fair to that brother, right? I'm gonna be fair to Baker because Cleveland hadn't been winning anything before he got there, right? That's so the real talk is he's average, but he's a really good game. He's a better than average game manager. Let's put it that way. We'll say he's more than a game manager. He can make an occasional throw here and there. Mm-hmm. He's got a tremendous running game. He's got some weapons. He seems to struggle with Odell Beckham on the field, but Cleveland hadn't been winning before he got drafted, so you got to give him a little bit of credit.
Yeah, but again, the right team was assembled. So who's their GM? Who put together that team?
I forgot. I know Dorsey was there a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure who's the GM now.
You got stout running backs. You got Hunt. You got Tubbs. You got solid receivers. The line is right. It's a nice squad that he should be excelling in Cleveland. KG, we're talking about Cleveland and Baker Mayfield. At what point do we consider him a bust?
Right. Yeah.
Well,
he is a number 1 draft pick.
Yeah, exactly. Number 1 draft pick. You got Odell Beckham Jr. on your squad.
Yeah. I don't think he's a bust. I just think
you got Chubbs. Yeah.
I don't think he's a bust. I just think that, he got at some point he got to step up and do a little better and carry the team. They did good last year, and they're in our division. So, they're definitely better than us at this point. So
I said he's a little better than a game manager, but he's gonna have to step up and start making plays because it seems that anytime he has a close game in a big game, he doesn't really come through.
Right.
That's what it boils down to for him.
And you know what? Honestly, sometimes he almost comes in and he almost comes across a little bit. Sometimes a little bit of Tony Romo in him.
Well, you know what though? I think that's propping down Tony Romo because Tony Romo and Matthew Stafford remind me of each other. Right. They got offensive skill set. Like they could put up numbers like no other, but in that big game, just when you think it's safe to go back in the water, there's sharks everywhere.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the part I'm talking about. When it comes down to just
Yeah,
that
yeah,
winning
yeah,
drive
yeah.
or that big game,
Yeah,
Baker,
yeah,
you have to
yeah.
make it happen. And I just, I just look at it like that. I'm
Yeah, no,
not
I
putting
get
him
you.
on a Tony Romo. Obviously, Tony Romo's accomplished way more than Baker Mayfield. But I'm just talking
Did
about when
he?
it came down to that. It
Did
just
he?
always came down to it. You just knew
Well,
that it was coming. You just was like,
yeah.
oh, here it go, here it comes, here it
Well,
comes. Here come a
I don't even
fumble,
want to.
here
Let's
come an
not put.
Hold
interception,
on.
here comes something.
I would say Romo was more talented than
Yes.
Baker Mayfield. He wasn't more
Absolutely.
accomplished. He wasn't more accomplished. And
Nah.
it's actually worse because he was way more talented than Baker Mayfield, but still found a way to lose in big moments. It was actually worse in Tony Romo's situation, I think.
Tony Romo would allow you to sit down in your recliner, and then you get up to go get a beer for that last drive, and you come back and the other team got the ball already. The game is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you're about to put your feet down and really dig in, that'll be the end of it.
A pick six waiting to happen.
That's it. That's Tony Romo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But-
So
And then, we talked about the game of the week was San Diego and Baltimore. We started there. You guys had a good win this week, right? You guys played Seattle, right?
Yeah, but we tried our best to give that away too. So
Yeah, that got closer. It was closer than it should have been. TJ Watt had a good finish to that game.
yeah, he played good all game though. He was
wreaking havoc pretty much the entire game, putting in a claim for himself. But and then we had, who else was there?
hold on one second before we leave this game. What's up with Seattle?
No Russell.
Yeah.
Wow.
No Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But even with Russ, they have what was their record before he got
2-2.
2-2.
Now they
Russ
2-4.
definitely makes that team a little bit different. Also, to their defense. Their defense is just so at this point,
Yeah, their defense is average at best.
Yeah.
Mm.
They don't get a pass rush.
I'm about to say, I'm not sure they have any real pass rush, man. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when you think of Seattle, the first thing you think is Legion of Boom. You think of them to have defense, solid. Like that defense is just very average to say the least.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, you want to say we got with the Buccaneers and the Eagles, of course. That ended up how we thought.
Yeah. No surprises there. I thought Washington, Kansas City was interesting for 3 quarters, and then Kansas City decided to stop turning the ball over, and they kind of stepped on their neck a little bit, and that game got out of hand quickly. Cincinnati is balling. They're 4-2 now.
Yeah.
They beat up on Detroit, and that's a good game to talk about because that was a game where Dan Campbell decided to call out Jared Goff. Basically, he got interviewed in his press conference, and he said, we know we got to make plays as a team, but it's time for the quarterback to do a little bit more than what he's doing. Step up. Like, it's time for him to step up. That was the coach's word. So people were talking about that this week. And I kind of find it kind of ironic because Jared Goff and Carson Wentz were the 2 quarterbacks that were always the epitome of excellence when it came to talking about Dak Prescott. He was always third in line in that conversation. And we talk about a guy who Sean McVay pretty much carried him into the. He made some throws here and there, but he wasn't that guy when they went to the Super Bowl. He got out. He was overwhelmed in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And your man Carson Wentz had 13 good games, and we still talk about those 13 games as if they still matter 5 years later. And now we look at Dak, and he's a finished product, and those other 2 guys are just never was.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of tight games and good games, that Cowboy Patriots game ended up being a good one, boy.
Oh, we were waiting for you to get on before we started talking about that. There was no way we were going to talk about the Cowboy game without you here.
Man, I was sitting there, they scored that touchdown. I was like, here we go. Let me see. But then they got it overtime. I was like, once it went to overtime, I said Cowboys.
Yeah. Now that for me, that's a very good sign for the Cowboys. Because this is like the first year I'm seeing them win games in those types of situations. I'm used to seeing them going to overtime, losing in the final minutes, teams coming back on them after this is like they're holding it down. They're getting the lead and maintaining the lead to the win. So that's good to see.
It was a ebb and flow game. Very, very emotional because I had it on mute in the house because other things was going on, and I'm looking and I'm like, I saw the Diggs pick and I'm like, okay, and I hop up out my seat and I just walk away, like start stretching a little bit. Then I look up again and they scored another 7 points. I was like, what the heck is going on? But I think, like Hawk said, it's a sign of a good team. Adversity hit. They didn't fold up like the normal Cowboys would normally do. Mm-hmm. And regardless of where the Patriots are in the standings, that's a Bill Belichick coach team. And I think they really wanted to prove that they could win there. And Dak just showed you it don't matter. Like, it really don't matter. Like, he just, I mean, think about what he did in Gillette Stadium. That was the most passing yards any Bill Belichick defense had given up to any quarterback.
Somebody got the fire alarm on?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. That's me. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's my oven. But Belichick had never given up 445 yards passing. That's not me.
I think he froze.
Yeah. But as a Cowboy fan, very excited. But they did have a mishap, as Cowboy land always does. KZ got caught with a DWI, 3:00 in the morning in Cowboy land. On the bye week. So it's never a dull moment in Dallas. That's how it goes down out there.
Off the field.
Also, too, Dak got injured. He injured his calf on that last field.
Yeah.
Was it calf or the ankle?
Calf.
They said
calf.
Calf.
Yeah. Thank God for bye weeks.
Yeah, it came at the right time. Right time for them. So, and the interesting part is when they get off the bye week, they have Minnesota and Denver. And Minnesota has a 3-3 record, but they're playing better than that.
Yeah, they are.
Their offense they get a lot of yards. They got really good receivers.
Yeah.
They got Dalvin Cook is a really good running back. They got a tough offensive line. Mm-hmm. Cousins makes enough plays to keep him in every game. Mm-hmm. Defense is I would say better than average, but they're not like they were a couple of years ago, but they still make a couple of plays here and there. So that's gonna be that's a road game. That's gonna be a tough game.
That's gonna be a tough game. And I mean, and you got to think too, man, like calf injuries, man, you never know.
Nah, you don't.
You could, it's like you could take a week or two off with a calf injury and just walk around and be like, oh, okay, I feel good, and run and take two steps and be like, oh, wow.
Yeah, it's real. Question, is that the same leg that he broke?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's the interesting part. So he's gonna take a week or two. I think he's probably not gonna see the practice field until Friday next week. So we're gonna reevaluate him on Monday again, and then he probably won't practice until Friday, from what I understand.
Wow, crazy. Well, cross our fingers to see what happens. The Raiders had a bounce back week.
Raiders had a good game. Derek Carr played well. They went to was his name Ruggs? Ruggs caught 2 touchdowns, I think it was.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs, yeah.
So that was a good look for them, for sure.
Come on, man.
But I think all in all, like this coming week with the bye, I think we can talk about that Buffalo Tennessee game, because Derrick Henry was a monster on Monday night.
Yeah, please talk about Derrick Henry.
That's a big dude, and he is fast. You see how he just left him, man?
It was just like he hit a hole. It was one play where he didn't get He didn't get a touchdown, but he got a first down. But he absolutely ran over somebody. I think their safety, and the safety had no choice but to get in front of him. But you could tell he didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do it.
And I can't think of the guy's name, but he's one of their popular DBs. And he got up in there, and his whole body just went like backwards. And my man was like running like step, like that.
I've been that guy.
He ran him straight over.
Yeah, he ran him over.
Man, I've been that guy.
Run over too,
Yo, is that the closest thing we've seen is Jim Brown, Earl Campbell?
Yeah, like you know what it is though? He runs strong like Campbell and Jim Brown, but he's fast like Eric Dickerson.
Yeah.
And they get when Dickerson used to hit that line and that hit that line and he was just gone. Like boom. Once he hit that line, he got through, he was out. And that's exactly how this guy is. But he has the power like Earl Campbell and Jim Brown.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But the interesting play was, they were getting on Josh Allen because he lost his footing on that fourth down play, and then really the left tackle got blown up on that play. The defensive end kind of blew that whole run, but they got stopped. And then him not being able to see Cole Beasley in the back of the end zone on third down was pretty significant because Cole Beasley was wide the hell open.
He was wide open.
He was wide open.
In his mind, like, I'm going to just run and try to dive for it. But Cole Beasley was running the back line wide open.
Wide open. So people were talking about that. Like, he has to be able to make that play too. Like, that's the type of play that when you have running quarterbacks, when they got criticized for running all the time, that's the play that they would get critiqued on. And would make people say you got to be able to see downfield and break the pocket, but still be able to see upfield. And that's where he just went right to running, and it didn't pay off. Like
Pat Mahomes would have saw him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pat Mahomes. I think Russell Wilson probably would have saw him.
Absolutely, Russell Wilson would have saw him.
Russell would have saw him. Yeah.
I would say this version of Lamar Jackson might have saw him.
Yeah.
This version.
I'm gonna give it up to Dak would have saw him.
Dak would have saw him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brady would have saw him. Brady would have broke that.
Would have saw him, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers would have definitely saw him. Wait. Yeah. We don't know that because Aaron Rodgers didn't see somebody in the playoff game last year.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers will see him. That don't mean he'll throw it to him.
Now he would have saw him though. Aaron Rodgers would have saw him. For sure. But that was an interesting game, to say the least. It was a very good game because Tennessee needed that.
Yeah, they did. Definitely needed that game.
Because they're gonna mess around and let Indianapolis creep back up into the picture when that division is just really theirs to lose.
Yeah. Speaking of Indianapolis, what you think? Over the long haul, I mean,
I think they're gonna be a problem for Tennessee because T.Y. Hilton was out for a couple of weeks and Wentz got a little relationship with the other receivers and now he's back and he had an imprint immediately.
Yeah.
They got a good running game. That kid Taylor can run. Their line is decent. Their defense is above average. And Reich is actually a pretty good coach, so I think Indianapolis is going to be around.
Yeah.
And they got good wide receivers too. Pittman's really good.
Yeah. Paris.
Then T.Y. Hilton just came back.
Yep.
And then what's the tight end? Mo Ali Cox?
Yeah, they got a guy in Paris something. Yeah.
And then they also have backing up Jonathan Taylor, they got the other Naheem Hines, which is pretty good too. Yeah. So they're pretty good, and then their defense is pretty good.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a better than average defense. So they're gonna be a team to reckon with.
And we kind of go hard on Carson Wentz. I'm interested to see how he's gonna do in Indianapolis over the long haul.
Yeah.
I actually think he's gonna pick his game up a little bit. We're gonna see more from him. Yeah,
actually, like I said, over the years, I just not really been a Carson Wentz fan. I thought he was overhyped. But the last 2 weeks or so, it seems like he's starting to come into form a little bit better, starting to get comfortable out there. He's been playing a little bit better, so we'll see.
Yeah, I know Wes ain't trying to feel that, but
No, he's not. Listen, I don't think Carson Wentz is bad. My point is, I'm very passionate about how people prop people up so fast, and we can't get the same props. That's all I'm saying. That's all it is. It's nothing else. Carson Wentz is not a horrible quarterback, but he was propped up after 30 games. He didn't have to do nothing no more.
Yeah, I want to get a dog bad. I want to get a dog.
You better get ready for them to be up under you all day.
Yeah, I know. I had a dog before, Lulu. She had to put it down.
Oh,
she was great. She was a great dog.
Oh,
but yeah, you miss it when it ain't there.
Yeah.
Love and affection. But
yeah,
so
he want to play right now.
Oh
stop.
yeah.
Stop.
So y'all want to go on the week 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about week 7. We got the Broncos and the Browns tonight.
I think that's gonna be an interesting game.
Who do they got? Case Keenum. Who's quarterbacking for the Browns?
Case Keenum. Case Keenum.
I don't know about that. Broncos. I think Broncos taking that. Teddy Bridgewater actually has been playing pretty good.
Yeah, he's been playing decent. He's a little banged up though. They've been asking him to do a little bit too much.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about Case Keenum. Browns, I mean, if you think about their squad, the Browns should win it, but I just don't know if Case Keenum going to make it happen. I just don't know.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, with Bridgewater being banged up, and the Browns defense being good as they are, so who knows?
Yeah, they're in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with the Browns on this one.
Because you got to think too, Nick Chubb is out, Kareem Hunt is also out too, so their running game is going to suffer as well. So I don't know. That's a toss-up tonight. I don't know.
All right, we got Chiefs Titans.
You said what?
Chiefs versus the Titans.
That's Sunday. Coming up on Sunday. That's a good game.
That's an excellent game, especially now that the Titans won. That makes that game more interesting. And I'm just of the feeling that the Chiefs, everybody keeps saying that they're back. Like that play that Mahomes had, the interception he had, it's stuff like that worries me. Like about
when you talk about the one where he just flipped it in the air, just threw it. It was like he was about to go down. And he just like, what was he doing?
Yeah, like it's stuff like he's been doing that a lot this year, and I'm just thinking that he knows that their defense is horrible, so he's taking too many chances. And I see Tennessee just giving the ball to Derrick Henry and just bludgeoning them. Like I think Tennessee's gonna beat them.
Yeah. If you're a betting man, I would definitely bet on Derrick Henry in that game though for at least 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards. That is definitely happening.
For sure, I could see that happening. Yeah, I'm rolling with the Titans on this one.
Yeah, I definitely gotta agree on that.
Yeah.
And where's that game at? KC or
in Tennessee?
In Tennessee.
Oh, okay. So it won't be super. I mean, I don't know. It does get a little cold down there, but I mean, it won't be freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Washington at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah, for sure. Bengals at Ravens. Wow.
I got the Ravens at home.
Ravens.
Panthers at Giants. Got the Panthers.
I'm gonna take the Panthers.
Panthers at Giants?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Panthers too. Giants are horrible, man. It's just bad.
Yeah.
Bad football.
Yeah. Falcons.
God bless you guys that you got to watch that every week.
They are bad now, but I'll be on Red Zone. I'm like, man, I'm not watching the Giants or the Jets. So we'll turn on Red Zone and just watch everybody else, man.
You got the Falcons at Dolphins. And while we're there, let's talk about Deshawn Watson, the possibility of him ending up in Miami or somewhere else.
I think that's a good move for him. I don't know who the third team is going to get involved to take Tua, because they don't want Houston doesn't want Tua.
I wouldn't either.
So they got to get a third team involved. But now I hear that the Broncos might be interested in getting in. So if the Broncos are interested, they might be more interested in Drew Lock, Houston. But who knows? I just want to see him get out of there, because I just can't understand what the holdup is. Like, I just really want to know what is what's causing him to be a criminal. Just struggling with that,
Yeah. Well, I've heard that the allegations are kind of, but I've not heard what the allegations are past the one girl who recanted what she said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing: if he ends up in Miami, I might have to rock with the Dolphins.
What do you mean? What, like,
yeah. Well, I'm down here, so I'm down here, so
I'm saying what? Become a Dolphin fan, or just
But aren't you closer to Jacksonville?
Or just lightly root?
Nah, they play right. The stadium's right down the street, actually.
Oh, from you in Miami?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were. I didn't know you were there. I knew you were that close to Miami. I thought you were closer to North Florida.
No.
Okay.
Miami's 35 minutes from me.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah. So,
all right.
That
makes sense to me, then.
Yeah, we'll see. Always Dallas. You see what I'm wearing right now, right? That wasn't on purpose. But Cowboys just seeps through. But the brother coming down here to Miami, I want to see him win. His back is against the wall. I want to see him win.
That would be dope. Miami will be a good spot for him.
I like him in Miami too.
Yeah.
I like that coach that he has there behind him.
What's that? Flores?
Right?
Yeah, Brian Flores. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But so Atlanta at Miami.
20 games. Who cares, to be honest?
Bad teams.
Who cares?
Come on, the brother, the coach. What's up? He's going to see him win, right?
Let's take Brian Flores. Let's take Miami.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah.
Jets at Patriots. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
I'm going with the Pats.
Exactly.
Eagles at Raiders.
Eagles at Raiders? I'm going Raiders.
Raiders, yeah. Because that Raiders, yeah.
Raiders.
Yeah.
Lions at Rams. Interesting game there.
I'm going to Rams, but that could be something. I'm not sure.
Now, I know we were criticizing Jared Goff and his games in the past. But he's had some big games. He can throw the.
Except for last week, they were losing some tight games, and last week they got out of that, got blown out last week. But other than that, the Lions has been in some really tight, tough games.
Yeah,
but, I got a feeling that this game is going to be too much for Matthew Stafford.
You think so?
Wow. For some reason, it's something about him that I'm just like, I mean, not that he can't win it. I'm just saying that I would not be shocked if he had a bad game in this game. I think
the Rams has got too much for Detroit, though, for the Lions.
Too much firepower.
So even if Stafford is a little overwhelmed and a couple of mistakes that he made, I think they're good enough to overcome it. I think.
Too much firepower, right?
Yeah.
Is Donald playing?
Yeah, Aaron Donald playing.
He's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough for the Lions. At Rams.
Yeah, I forgot.
But interesting. I'm gonna watch out for that one.
Yeah.
You have to.
Bears at Buccaneers.
Interesting. Definitely the Bucs, though. The Bears offense, man. Montgomery's hurt. Justin Fields hasn't really got his feet wet yet and really got it together yet. And Tampa Bay defense, man, they be coming. They got them linebackers and that pass rush, man. Like it's not an easy one to figure out and get around. So, no, I don't see them beating the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Although Chicago has a good defense.
I'm going with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Texans at Cardinals, of course. The Cardinals.
7-0.
Yeah. Colts at 49ers.
That's an interesting game.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Garoppolo and Wentz.
I'm going to go with the Colts.
Two shaky guys going at each other, right?
Garoppolo and Wentz. The window or the stairs?
The window or the stairs.
Oh man, yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Colts too.
Mm-hmm. Even though I'm late.
He said Gronk is back.
Yeah, I'm late, but let me get rid of that. Saints and Seahawks.
That's another good game.
Yeah. Saints. I'm gonna go Saints.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Saints.
I'm gonna go Saints too.
Yeah, Saints better defense, couple of offensive weapons.
Yeah, I'm going to Saints.
I would say Saints.
Got a little bit more cohesiveness than Seattle right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, before we leave the NFL, and this is probably old news. I don't know if we discussed this last week. Did we discuss? Yeah, we discussed John Gruden and whack emails, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what
Also too. I could have sworn I seen something coming across a ticker about the NFL where they were saying something about they were gonna stop or do something about the investigation of the head trauma and all that of investigation toward the black players or something.
They're going to stop racially profiling. They're going to stop racially profiling the examinations for blacks. It was basically the blacks that had head trauma weren't getting the same treatment as the white players with head trauma.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, they were trying to surmise that black people's experience in America makes us able to deal with trauma better.
Yeah,
they judge us.
It was just asinine.
That is ridiculous. That's just basically saying so that just means still that your head is going to respond different with a bat up against it versus somebody else. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but for some reason, blacks were being treated differently and put in a different box when it came to these head injuries as football players.
Yeah. Now remember, I said asked the question, was the NFL a plantation? These types of things that make you go, damn, maybe it is a plantation, because that type of pseudoscience is the same thing they used during chattel slavery to keep us enslaved, to keep us in place, to keep us from, being on equal footing. So it's hard to say somebody who gets millions of dollars is a slave, but when that person is in their 50s and 60s and they're having issues and they don't get the treatment because we look at you as subhuman. Man, things change. More things change, the more they stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
But okay, moving right along.
NBA.
The NBA.
Game 1
is fantastic.
Hawk, your late night Texans talking about your Lakers look good.
They did look good, but Russell Westbrook didn't look good. But they look good.
I mean, I don't know.
They really didn't look good. The game, Westbrook had a bad game, but they lost the game because there was nobody on the court that could defend the two guard. The two guard position destroyed them. Lee and Poole destroyed them. I mean, Westbrook, if you want to be honest, Westbrook had a good game defensively because Steph Curry was 5-21 from the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but then you got to think about it still too. Yeah, he did. But Steph Curry still had a triple-double.
Yeah, but that tells you that Steph was probably figuring out I got to do other things as well, which is commending him in his game because, usually Steph would not do anything else if he wasn't scoring. He might throw an assist here and there, but he hit the boards. But if you hold Steph to 21 points and you still lose by 7 at home, where'd the points come from? They came from the 2-guard spot.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And that's why I say that, yeah, defensively, you can say they did okay, but then again, they didn't because you had the bench guys and other players and all of that, you know, or the supporting players, you know, that killed you. They like literally killed you.
The fact that Avery Bradley had to play Tuesday night, that was just because they were trying to get somebody that could stop that position.
Yeah.
So
also, too, like the Lakers did have a lot of key players out too, because all of the other extra guys was out. But I mean, overall, I do see like kind of what you're saying, Hawk, about looking good, because I do see them being okay. You know, overall, especially once they get Nunn and all of those guys and Ellerton and all those guys back into the fold and they start getting together. And you got to think, basically, what the only players that's there now from last year is is LeBron, AD, and what THC. That's really it. Yeah. So you got to start getting the chemistry together. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. I think they'll be fine. You know,
and me saying that was definitely predicated on it being game 1.
Yeah,
you know. Like
they look better than they did in the preseason.
They look better than they did in the preseason.
Yes,
right.
Yeah,
the chemistry, you could see elements of the chemistry. There was a couple fast break moments. There were a couple plays where things were interrupted, but you could see there was a chemistry, knowing who to pass it to, who's next.
Right.
So I LeBron put up big numbers. AD put up big numbers.
And then nobody else had more than 8 points.
Right. And eventually Russ is going to figure it out. So when you add that in, if LeBron and AD could do that and Russ figure it out, they're gonna be good. Along with those other pieces that are coming back off of injury.
Exactly. Man. And I think the more important thing out of it, probably not overall, but then again, yes, it is probably the most important, at least to me, is that it's AD. The fact that AD looked good, because if AD can give them that every night, the Lakers are gonna have a chance to beat anybody. Because you can get the other ancillary points and other things coming in. But AD is gonna be the one that has to do that every night.
Yeah, he was active.
He was active. He played well.
Yeah, he did.
But I don't know. I put out that I think that, and I know it's going to be a hard sell, but I do think that Westbrook playing with the second unit, it would be a more effective thing for the Lakers as a team, because we could spend the whole season trying to get him to figure it out and stick this square and this circle peg. And if you switch Rondo with Russ and you let Russ run the second unit, he can just be free, play with Carmelo, play with Monk, play with Dwight Howard, run those pick and rolls like he ran with Steven Adams with Dwight Howard, because Dwight Howard's a diver and a dunker. You can get some of the same looks, and he doesn't have to worry about fitting in. Whereas in the first unit, he always has to worry about fitting in, and he's always going to be LeBron AD first when he's on that unit.
Yeah.
And I think for him, I listen, I know it's going to be a hard sell to get him to convince him that coming off the bench would be better. Yeah. But I think Carmelo could sit him down and say, you know what, Russ, you need to just take this. This is our last shot right here. Let's do something different to get a different result. And he can still get 30. He can still get 30 minutes a game, but he can get you 17, 18 on that second unit all day.
I totally agree with you, Wes. He definitely needs to play more with the second unit. I think, and basically he'll be running like what he did with Washington last year, just a cast of characters and guys that he could free flow, do his thing, at the same time get the other guys involved. But I think the way to either soothe this ego, let him start, but bring him out like after 8 minutes. Leave LeBron and AD in. Bring Rondo 6-minute mark. Bring Rondo in, and then when LeBron and them step out and the other guys come in, Westbrook comes back.
Yeah. You could. That's a good formula. Let him play the first 5 to 6 minutes, get a little sweat, get him out of there, and bring him back in that second quarter with the second unit and let him run.
Let him go,
And if he's playing well in the fourth quarter, you let him finish with those dudes.
Yeah.
Because he could be another option that you got to defend. But I think keeping him on the court like that with those starter minutes is not going to be effective for him.
Yeah.
So what up? Let me see what other games happened.
The Knicks. Boston.
Let's talk
game.
about the Knicks Boston, please.
Classic one last night. It was a stretch. They just were going 3 for 3, three-pointer, just going at it, yo. And I ain't even gonna front, man. Evan Fournier,
he balled out
last night.
He balled out.
Mm-hmm.
He balled out.
Randall
I kind of saw that coming from him because he was really good in the Olympics, and you can see that he's kind of. It just goes to show you, man, when you're not playing competitive basketball, man, you just don't play well. And you stuck in Orlando all those years. There's nothing happening in Orlando.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But he looked good yesterday. I thought Jaylen Brown looked like a monster yesterday.
Gee, yes, he did. Yeah.
Now, Wes, you were saying that Barrett
Barrett had some clamps on. He made it real tough for Tatum.
Tatum.
I think he was 6 for 23 yesterday on the floor.
Wow, like Knicks look really impressive.
Yeah, they had a really good game. The other game that I was talking about, I think was the Hornets looked really good. Melo Ball looked real good, and so did Gordon Hayward. I think Hayward had 27 and LaMelo had 31 yesterday against Indiana. They played the Pacers.
Yeah. That
was a good look.
And the thing is, they were down by like 25 points in that game and came back.
Yeah. They stuck with it. Milwaukee looked good. I don't know who that kid
Nando or whatever, right? Nandu? Where that kid from?
With the afro? He from Louisville. He went to Louisville.
Yo,
he didn't play last year.
He got a handle and everything. They could shoot the three. I was like, okay, Milwaukee might be tough this year with this guy.
Yo, bro, like Milwaukee, they was not playing with Brooklyn.
No, they wasn't.
They was not playing with Brooklyn. They wanted to set the record straight off rip. No, bro. We beat y'all. No toe on the line. Forget all that. No, we better than y'all. That's what I saw from that game. Milwaukee said that night, we're better than y'all.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah. That was a good look.
But Brooklyn's they're gonna win a lot of games. I like Patty Mills on that squad.
Mm-hmm.
I like you got Aldridge, Millsap.
Mm-hmm.
They got a decent second unit.
So you don't think Kyrie's absence is gonna affect them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yes or no?
It's gonna affect them, yes.
It is gonna affect them.
That's the championship. They're not gonna win a championship without them. Period.
Nah, they're not. They're not gonna win it without them. They can't. They're not getting it done without them.
Wow. But listen, guys, I put some extra work in this week on the low, and I was able to actually get a camera inside the Philadelphia 76ers practice. And I just want to show y'all what was going on, man. It got kind of crazy. Madison Sports exclusive, but it got kind of crazy at the 76ers practice.
Right now. I'll ask you one last time to leave the gym before I help you leave.
Oh. Wow.
Yo, man.
I saw that yesterday. I was hollering yesterday when I saw
that. No. Obviously, y'all saw when he was out there practicing with the sweatpants on with the phone in his pocket, right?
Yeah.
He tried to say it was another jersey folded up in a square in his pocket.
I could probably go for that because even playing pickup, Nobody in their right mind is going to play with a phone in their pocket. You breaking that phone. That phone's bouncing out your pocket. Like, you're not playing. Like nobody, like, forget we talking about NBA. You're not playing pickup with a phone in your pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe that was the statement. I'm not really here to play. I'm just gonna walk around.
I mean,
go through motions.
I mean, but you're not even gonna think about doing that though, man. It's like to even bounce around. It's just like that joint's coming out your pocket, man. Especially if it's showing like that. That joint's popping out your pocket.
I don't know. It's an interesting situation in Philadelphia.
I don't even want to. It's like, for me, it's like I just don't understand how somebody who created this narrative himself is mad at the narrative.
Right.
I just don't get it. So I can't even mess with it no more. Like, this is you're doing. Now you're mad at everybody because they know who you are. Like, you're mad at them for being you.
True.
Yeah. That's true. And Philadelphia looked very good the other day.
They look good. They look good.
And Joel Embiid came, stepped
up. Hey,
More playing time for you, Barbarita for Jay. Maybe we could get some more playing time. Let Ben keep backing up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just for me, it's just like, what the heck, man? I don't understand this dude at all.
He want to be out, man.
Oh, we know that he definitely wants out. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, no doubt. Where does he go? And is Philly looking to send him somewhere?
Hey,
they holding out for Portland. I'm telling you, they wanted to be a Dame Simmons swap.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. It possibly being.
Yeah,
but who knows? I mean,
would Jordan want to give up LaMelo and maybe another young legs for him?
Nope. You better not. You got a money man.
And Embiid together in Philly? I think LaMelo would love Philly.
Yeah, I'm sure.
LaMelo would love
Philly. MJ, LaMelo is an attraction. People gonna come see LaMelo.
Yeah.
He gonna sell tickets.
Yeah.
He gonna sell tickets. And he gonna win games.
I think MJ been through that already with Michael Kidd Gilchrist. Getting a person down there that couldn't shoot, man. So he like, nah.
I'm just thinking of other like good pieces. Like, if you Sacramento, would you give up the De'Aaron Fox for Ben Simmons?
Nope.
It's interesting.
That's one that I think would be a good fit too. De'Aaron Fox would be a real good player with Embiid.
I mean, there's a lot of players in the league paired up with Embiid would be successful.
But on the real side,
you know what I mean?
Brent Maxey that played last night, the rookie, he had 20 points last night. And he had spots in the playoffs that he looked good last year.
Who, for the Sixers?
Yeah, Maxey.
Oh, Tyrann Maxey?
Yeah.
Maxey's good.
He's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, Maxey's pretty good.
So I don't know.
Ben Simmons, I don't know what they're gonna do with Ben Simmons, but it's obvious that he wants out. Straight up obvious. Like, so I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna have to figure something out because he's like, you know what? I'm only here so I don't get fined, man.
What about the Knicks letting go of Julius Randle for Ben Simmons?
Nope. No, why?
Nah, because the Knicks will be losing scoring.
I'm throwing out players that could potentially be a good fit with Embiid. I think Randle will be another big good piece for them because he's the bully down low, and Embiid don't have to be.
Right.
It's another position that you have to, and he would free up Tobias Harris from having to go down there and get grimy too. So, yeah, I'm just thinking out loud on that one. Just looking at rosters, man, seeing where a fit is.
Lonzo would have worked to come over there for Embiid, but he's in Chicago already. And they got a nice little spot out there.
I'm not sure Lonzo, because Lonzo he gun shy too sometimes.
Yeah, but he's a big point guard that can defend, and he likes to pass the ball. So Embiid just wants the ball at the end of the day. Yeah. And then Lonzo, he's not I'm not gonna say he's like the greatest shooter, but he's a better shooter than Ben Simmons.
Yes, he is. Yeah, and I think he's shooting pretty good from the 3-point.
Yeah, he's got a new
line.
shot. Yeah, and speaking of Lonzo, they had a good game last night. They played well. Levine had 34 last night. Yeah, I like their squad.
Yeah, I look for Levine to blast out this season, man. He's gonna take off.
And I don't know if y'all saw Kyle Kuzma was at it again on Instagram.
Oh, what happened? I didn't see that.
He was just trolling the Lakers. That's all. That's pretty much it. But he took it down real quick. It was just basically saying what their record is without Kuz. Something like that. It was something silly. It was something real silly.
Yeah,
it's just funny that he actually did it. I was cracking up.
That's funny, yo.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But they won too. I was telling Hakim that Drake and Montrezl Harrell were getting at it.
Which
Drake
makes no sense.
Player. I don't understand why Drake talking to the players like that, but that's neither here or there.
I thought they told him to cut that out.
Man, he was talking to Montrezl yesterday. To the tune, Montrezl got a technical foul for messing with Drake.
Yeah. Hey, tonight we got the Mavs and the Hawks.
Oh yeah. The flip-flop picks. Atlanta and Trey and Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Hawks. I'm taking the Hawks with that one.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good one, but I got the Hawks winning that.
I got Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Atlanta.
Yeah,
but we shall see, because Jason Kidd over there with the Mavs, Luka's still a problem.
Yeah,
Kristaps
Porzingis is supposed to be ready.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear he's trying to, they figured it out. The chemistry's supposed to be a lot better this year between him and.
Is that the only game on tonight?
No, it's not. I think there's 2 games on tonight.
The Clippers and Golden State.
Yeah, Clippers and Golden State. Yeah, they nightcap it off.
Cool. I'm about to catch that one.
I got Golden State actually beating the Clippers tonight too.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on.
I got Golden State didn't look bad the other night, man. They played. I always liked Poole. I liked his game, and they had that European kid.
Bielisa.
Yeah, he was effective.
Yeah, he was, man.
He was effective. He got it in. I mean, they're gonna be, and they didn't even have Clay.
Exactly, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, so look at this squad now without Clay, and if they running around here doing what they're doing now, imagine if Clay was out there. They would have probably caught the Lakers out there and beat the Lakers the other day by 30, man.
Yeah, I think Clay is going to be kind of average at best initially, and then I think he's going to be ready for the postseason.
Yeah.
That's my take on him. But
yeah,
I don't know. Like I don't know if I could just cancel them out.
Who, Golden State?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because I think last 2 seasons, those young players have been learning.
Yeah.
Now I think they're starting to figure it out now, and they're gonna start coming around. And this is gonna be the year that they come around. And once Clay come back in the mix with them and add to that shooting, watch out for Golden State. Golden State mess around and shock somebody in the first round of playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. I think they could be a problem.
Yeah.
We all know about Game 6 Clay. Game 6 Clay is this. You don't want to see that ever.
And I think by that time, Clay's going to be in rhythm and ready to go, So,
yeah.
I don't know. You can watch out.
I agree. And then, the other young boy that played well in the playoffs last year had a good start last night. John Moran looked really good last night.
Oh, yeah. He's really good, too.
Yeah. He's a beast. I mean, he had 36, and his bounce, man. His bounce is off the hook. I mean, he just banging on anybody, like what's in his
Just
way.
dunking all over the place, man.
Yeah, it's like, man, this dude right here is Allen Iverson 2.0.
Yeah. Well, that's incredible. We said 2.0.
Man, I mean, he's that guy. He really is that guy.
Yeah, that bounce is crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about Golden State, saying that watch out for them. Like they're gonna shock somebody at first round.
Yeah, I agree. They're coming together.
Yeah. They're gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
It just took me and Wes were just talking about, like, for the last 2 years, those young guys have just been learning the game, and now it's starting to come around and starting to show.
Yeah.
And when he steps out there with them, by the time the playoffs roll around and Clay's in rhythm with all of them and be back together, it's
wow. When is Clay due back?
Christmas.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. What's the Christmas game? Do they have a Christmas game?
Yeah, they're on it. They're on the schedule.
The Suns.
Don't they play the Lakers?
They play the Suns.
Oh, they play the
Yeah, Brooklyn plays the Lakers on Christmas.
I think the Lakers play Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Brooklyn, yeah. That's the matchup you want to see on Christmas.
Yeah. Lakers and Brooklyn's on Christmas.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah. So who do we have? Since we know we 81 games away. Who's your right now October pick for the finals? And we just go back to episode 39 when we get to the NBA playoffs later on.
I'm gonna say Milwaukee again. Honestly, I think Milwaukee again. And I'll say the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm with you on Milwaukee. And I tried hard to comb the West to see somebody that I could pick outside of the Lakers. But when I think the smoke is cleared, it's going to be Milwaukee and the Lakers. I'm with you on that.
Okay. I'm going to say Milwaukee and the Lakers with a caveat. If Kyrie comes back and that core three stays healthy, Brooklyn. If not, Milwaukee.
Well, Cliff, on behalf of Uncle Spliffy, Cliff has the Utah Jazz and the Brooklyn Nets in the finals.
And you know what? That's not bad. Utah is not a bad one. That's not a bad pick. It could potentially be Utah. Utah is gonna be tough.
It just didn't look like anybody would watch. But I was gonna say Milwaukee and Utah, and I said probably like 4 people watched the finals.
But you know what? It could potentially really be that, though.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking Utah and Milwaukee, but I'm gonna go LA and Milwaukee.
Right.
Yeah.
What they said about Utah last year, at the beginning of the year. Nobody uses Utah.
They don't even use them on the video game.
Nobody
picks Utah in the video game.
Yeah, because they're just not going to do anything with it. It's that type of thing. I'm a big fan of Mitchell. I love his game. But it's Utah.
I know. We skipped the for Uncle Spliffy, but he did send us his best bet this week.
Yeah, you want to run them down?
I don't know if you had it available.
Oh man.
In front of you, because it's not. I mean, I can't. I'm on my phone, so I can't go away from it right now.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Best bet is Patriots -7
over the Jets.
Yeah.
I like it. I think he's right on that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He's definitely right on that.
Okay. And the dog of the week is the Dolphins +3.
Oh, and just to let everybody know, as a caveat, Uncle Spliffy, I think, is 11-1.
Yeah.
This year in 12.
Yeah, so you want to put your money on Uncle Cliff.
So he's been pretty daggone close.
Yeah,
being perfect. Yeah. So he's got New England this week +7, and in Miami. Oh, -7 in Miami.
-7 in Miami.
Got you.
Yeah.
What, just Miami on the line or just outright?
Outright.
Outright over Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that bet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
What else
So,
you got?
on another note, Hot, how does it feel, man? Hip hop royalty, man. How does it feel? I saw you. Don't act like you ain't coming off that high. We saw you out there, man.
We sure did.
We talked about it at the top of the show, briefly, but it was dope, man. It was you got Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, two legends, icons, two MCs that raised our generation. You know what I mean? It was just to see them go at it and to be a part of it in that way. It's an honor, privilege, special. It was a great night for hip hop culture. That was the biggest winner. Hip hop was the biggest winner. The outpouring of love afterwards is dope. Like everybody was feeling it. So yeah, man, it's good. It's a good week. Good week.
Yeah, it was dope overall. Like the verses, just the whole setup, the whole show as a whole. It was dope.
Yeah,
it was really dope.
Yeah, man. And I dropped the cipher featuring KRS-One, so y'all can check that on the YouTube channel. The cipher featuring KRS-One, produced by Ron Lawrence, and that's a nice follow up to what happened on Sunday. So, okay, what you think, man? Did you anybody edge out for you? Who won, Kane or was it Chris?
Oh, I thought Chris. Well, I text you during it, man. I thought hip hop won overall. I don't look at those things as a battle anymore, but just as it started going, and I was thinking about it more. I just was like, well, dag, like KRS-One got too many albums. Like, Kane don't have that extensive catalog like KRS-One do. I just was like, I don't know, like he don't have enough. No, KRS-One like that. And as it went on, that's why I text you. I just like, wow, like this dude is like just smacking them with record after record after record and banger after banger. Like, and KRS-One has a bunch of joints he didn't even do.
He left a lot of records on the table.
He left a lot on the table. He just was like, I don't even need to do that. I don't even need to do that.
Yeah, they both had quality, but one had quantity.
Right. But
they both got the quality.
I thought, Kane made up, which was dope. He made up for not having the catalog or a bunch of records. He made freestyles and just the showmanship in different ways, different stuff in the way that he did do his stuff and programmed his stuff. He made up for it.
Yeah.
I thought overall it was dope.
Yeah.
Really?
The chatter was that they were being judged as MCs, like the performance aspect. And even though Chris was hitting with way more hits, people were saying that Kane's performance was better.
It actually was because it surprised me here as well too, because I've always known Chris for breath control. I've always known him for being that guy on stage, and I thought maybe he came out there a little excited. And the fact that he was so excited, that he just was, losing his breath a lot of time. And Kane never lost his breath. Kane was rhyming fast. You heard every word Kane said all the way through the whole show. And Chris, it was a lot of times to me where Chris lost his breath and was asking the crowd to sing the stuff instead of him doing it himself. And I thought that to me, just if I was judging and had to take points away, I would have to take points away for that.
Yeah, but Kane has always been a showman, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Chris too, because he's got so many hits, he wanted the crowd to sing along, and thinking that would overwhelm, the situation with everybody singing along, which happened, but that didn't translate online. That didn't translate.
Right. So you saying that was more or less a plan. He was doing that to like, okay. Right. All right. So then with that being said, okay, I get it. It didn't translate like that. I know in an arena, you can hear it in an arena. You're not going to hear the crowd too much over the mics, especially when you're translating for television. You're not going to hear that. Yeah. So all right. So if he approached it in that realm in that way, then cool. Because like I said, the KRS-One I've always known it's all about breath control and is able to do all of that stuff. So maybe if he did that as part of a plan, then I get it.
The song that he did after Madison,
Mm-hmm.
the new joint.
Yeah, the one with the Slick Rick, Slick Rick stuff.
Exactly. He said every word because nobody knows it, so he had to say it with no total breath control.
Yeah.
But I get that. When you watch it online, it looks like something different. It doesn't look like that. And then with the break dances, that was dope by Kane. Kane. That was a good strategic move because everybody thought he was gonna come with Scoob and Scrap.
Right.
Chris bring the break dances is different. He bought Crazy Legs with break dances, and that was like, oh, you went there? Oh, okay, you got that all.
Yeah.
So, but now it was dope, man. It was a great experience all the way around. A big up for hip hop, no doubt.
Right here.
Yeah, man.
It's right here. But yeah, overall, very, very dope. Loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, man. So, who do you think would be a good versus for Naughty by Nature?
I don't even think about it, man. To be honest.
Nah,
I don't even think about it.
All right. So I'm gonna let you know I'm a fan. So I think about it. You know what I mean? Like that's a, and I really can't think of anybody that could match. To be honest with you, like, man.
I know people that can match, and to be honest, I know some people that because it's the same situation with us. To be honest, it's like the people that you probably would think of. You got to think of catalogs. Like we have big records, but we didn't put out a lot of albums. So when you think of it, you got to think about like a KRS-One who put out a bunch of albums that went against a Kane who didn't put out a bunch of albums. And that would be the same situation with us. It's like it could be somebody you would think, but they might have put out a bunch of albums versus only having a few albums. So that's the whole thing. And that's the only thing really with us that I look at it. When I look at Verse, I'm just like, okay, well, yeah, we can go against almost anybody, but a lot of people got way more albums than we do.
Yeah, but y'all got a lot of impactful records.
Yeah.
Right? And the anthems, like hip hop standards.
Yeah, but you gotta be able to come up there with a bunch of records too, and have. And I mean, I'm not saying we don't have.
Yeah, y'all do.
I'm not saying we don't. I'm just saying that me personally, like I'm not sitting here, waiting for my phone to ring for them to call me. Like I hear 2 cents if we ever go up there or not. I really don't care.
Yeah, it would be great to see though.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Ken. I was watching Living Single reruns, and I saw y'all on that. I started cracking up. I said, it was on Hulu. I said, "Oh, Living Single, let me watch this." And I said, "Wait a second, who's that right there coming up in the living room?"
Whoa!
Yeah, man. So we're an hour and a half in. I can't front. I'm hungry.
Yep.
So we could wrap up and get ready for next week.
Yeah.
Episode 39 of IZM Sports. It's your man Hakim Green.
I might be late next week because we're on a bye, so I'm not gonna have much to talk about with the Cowboys.
Oh man,
yeah. No, but good show, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Also too, man, like really quick from the sports side too, is a great time for sports too, because we had a point where all 4 major sports are playing at the same time. Yeah. Which is only a certain amount of, it's like a month or a certain time when it's happening. So right now you got hockey, you have baseball, you have football and basketball playing. And actually, if you go back like last week or so, we have 5 because the WNBA was also playing.
Yeah,
the WNBA was also playing. So we have 5 of us going all at one time. So it's a great time for sports.
And speaking of the women's game, big shout out to Dawn Staley, who just, solidified a huge contract.
Yes.
Huge contracts, the largest for a Black woman in professional sports. As so big shout out to her for doing her thing. Yeah. So it's a great week for sports, like you said, Kay. Great week for sports. Yeah, man. Good time to be back. All right, this is Madison Sports, y'all. We out of here. Have a great week.
Peace.
Peace.